For the following video, I have been a dumbass and I fucked up. My exposure was set super high, so I had to go in and I had to do some stuff and edit it. I'm not trying to be artistic. We are gonna pretend that I am, but no, I'm not that pale. In reality, I swear I'm not. And yeah, so watch my video. Hello, iHuman. I'm not funny, but I try. Okay, today I'm going to be talking to you about CW's newest comic book inspired series / based. Yeah, it's called iZombie, and if you haven't seen it, I think you should. I will warn you that for the first, 2 minutes, hopefully it's not more, I will be talking about Veronica Mars and how much I'm excited for the fact that the writer of that show and creator Rob Thomas is back. And no, not Matchbox 20 Rob Thomas, though I love him. I love him equally, actually. But Rob Thomas, the writer, is on my mind right now. iZombie is based around the idea that a girl dies and turns into a zombie, but she's undead. Undead. That's right. I had high hopes for this, and I still do, actually. I was pleasantly surprised. Because I love zombies. Don't you love? He's a little... Shout out to Little Lazies. Clay Krieger. When Veronica Mars first came out, I was 11, and thinking about that makes me feel irrationally old. I'm not that old, obviously, I'm in my early 20s, but it makes me feel super old. Super old. In a big way, that show shaped a lot of me. Veronica Mars, outcast, crusader, kind, witty, clever. She was just amazing, and I aspire to be someone like that. I aspire to stand up for the little guy. I aspire to not take shit from people, not to be walked all over. Yeah, that's right. Veronica Mars influenced me heavily. So in terms of accepting maybe even something subpar from him, I would. But I don't think this is gonna be. Don't expect this to be the type of show that is like The Walking Dead. No. Even though I loved Veronica Mars so much, I still think I can be critical of this. Pilots are crunched. You have to get in information, and you have to build a fan base, and you have to say, hey, come back. I thought of a great analogy. It's a little bit creepy, but think with me here. Imagine there's a new restaurant, and you go there, and you're super excited to try everything out, only they give you everything on the menu for some reason, and you're like, oh man, I can't eat all this, and you're like, please, no, but they're like, take it, and you're like, okay, and then you start shoveling it in, and you're a little sick by the end of it. But then there's a couple things that you're like, wow, that was really good. And then they are wondering, will you come back and just try those things? Because now they're going to give you a little bit less. They're not going to push it on you so much. You're going to be like, there was something I liked there. See? Yeah, that's a little bit complicated and weird, and I apologize, but I think it works for me personally in terms of how to analyze that. There were things I didn't like, but I'm going to start with the stuff I did like, because why not? Liv is portrayed by Rose McIver, which, love her name. I know her as Tinkerbell on Once Upon a Time, and if you've seen Once Upon a Time, then you know her as well. She's a good actress, and she's freaking adorable, and she reminds me of Kristen Bell, only in regards that they're adorable and talented actresses. I won't lie, Kristen holds a special spot in my heart. Veronica Mars, but I try to let others in, so. Alright, let's review this and get into what actually happened in the pilot episode. Liv is a medical resident in Seattle. Liv has a fiance, she's quite happy, it makes me a little bit ill, but yeah, so she's relatively normal, smart, driven, has a lot going for her. I will say that I was not a fan of the fact that her boyfriend's name was Major. I don't like that. Is that right? I didn't believe that. I haven't Googled it, but I'm pretty sure that's right. Or else I was hallucinating. But Major? What? Okay, yeah. Can't say that I'm unhappy for her in losing that, love. So there is a zombie outbreak on a boat party with a designer drug, I assume being what made it happen. And she's presumed dead, and they bag her, and then apparently she decides that she can't risk infecting anyone, which is nice, because I assume she would. What I wondered was, when you become a zombie, is it instinctual that you want brains? I think it would have to be. They didn't, I wish they would have been shown her wanting brains for the first time and be like, whoo? I would have enjoyed that, but I get that they had to crunch time. Maybe we'll get flashbacks later. Didn't make a huge deal out of it. She was just going on, and now she's working with the medical examiner. I want to comment on the fact that she bought bronzer, a lot of it, and then she didn't use it. And here's what I want to say. If you're trying to hide the fact that you have a zombie problem, you're a zombie. Yeah, that's it. It's not a problem, you're actually a zombie. Then use the bronzer, first of all, and apply some lipstick. there's things that can be done here. She's not trying to conceal it, which is fine. I'm into it. Visually, it's great. It gets the point across, but if she's trying to hide it, then she should have used the bronzer that she bought. Where's the bronzer? Where? In terms of things I didn't like, I did not like her ex-fiance. Her family I thought was ridiculously stupid. And her boyfriend, ugh. And that whole situation with him and finding out that he had a new lady that he was playing video games with, that is the ultimate betrayal. That is betrayal. But I guess she broke up with him, so whatever, but seriously. So I'm not into that, and her roommate felt very forced. I didn't feel like they'd ever had a relationship. In fact, I kind of thought that she was her sister. Like, for a minute, I didn't realize they were roommates. They probably told us early on, but I totally blanked out, and I was like, what a bitch. What a sistery bitch. Is that a thing? A sistery bitch? And I was freaked out by it. I was like, no. And then they're supposed to be like best friends. And I'm like, I don't know. Are they? I liked Ravi. I thought he was super interesting. He had funny lines. I think he's going to be a favorite character for a lot of people. He's that character that just like believes. He's like, ooh, you're a zombie. That was kind of a weird scene, but funny and effective. Watching Liv eat the noodles was gross. The brain, I have a lot of trouble with that. Yeah. I like the fact that she had to have a ton of hot sauce to be able to taste anything. But Ravi accepting the fact that she was a zombie blindly was fabulous. I love that. I would be pretty freaked out. Not gonna lie. Then a little joyful. They called Ravi the eager ally, so he's definitely going to be a part of her investigations. I found it interesting that Liv's heart beats 10 beats per minute. He's gonna try to help her, and I think that's a super nice idea. Don't think it's gonna happen, because then the show would be called I Human, I Boring. It wouldn't work, but it's nice in theory. Liv's consequences for not eating brains include the fact that she becomes dumber and meaner, which, you know, you would think, and bad stuff could probably happen, so keep her fed. Keep her fed. I liked Clive, the detective. I thought he was super fun. Again, somebody blindly accepting the fact that Liv is a psychic, which is why that she could solve this murder and know where the chick was from and that she was shoplifting. That is an interesting part of it too. I've read plenty of books, seen movies with this same theme of when you eat the brain, you inherit their traits and memories, etc. If you've seen Warm Bodies or My Life as a White Trash Zombie, which is a pretty decent book. Yeah, that's not new, but it's still interesting to see. She knew the language, she picked up habits from eating the brain, and obviously memories. And we're seeing it through her eyes, these deaths, which is creepy. But I like the way they do that. It's very comic booky and it's quite captivating. At times I felt like the acting on her part, because we weren't maybe experiencing it as much, was a little weird. Like, she was like, we gotta get him, and I was like, oh, okay. So that was a bit weird, but it's still good. Clive has something to prove, and I think they're gonna make a good team. I don't think he's really respected in his work, so hopefully she'll help him along and he'll help her figure out her purpose in being undead. I loved the inclusion of the weatherman actor. He was, of course, in Veronica Mars. I loved when he said, we're gonna have some cuddle-up weather. I'm like, oh God. It's ridiculous. I'll just be honest, and the fact that I don't care about their investigation at all. I didn't care about that. I was kind of bored by it. There was nothing intriguing for me. I found the conclusion that he killed them because he lost his wedding ring and his wife was going to divorce him. I found that stupid, because couldn't there be an accident that happened? Couldn't have somehow he taken it off, or like, I don't know, fell off, somebody mugged him? There's so many things that he could have done. But he was like, no, it'll be easier just to murder people and then like kidnap them after. And he's so stupid. But if you recognized him, he was on Supernatural and he played Benny. That's right, Benny the vampire. Vampire zombies, all come in full circle, people, full circle. I will have some full disclosure here in the fact that I'm rooting for Liv to hook up with that other zombie guy who infected her. I don't care if he's bad. I have a Spike complex and I'm always into it, and I'm sorry. Still not over it. Still not over Buffy. I don't know if I ever will be, but I'm getting there someday. But not now. It's too soon. So yeah, I'm rooting for that. Damn Joss Whedon. So, of course, Liv is depressed in this zombie life because she doesn't know what to do with herself and she feels like she has to give up a ton of things. But by the end of it, she's like, oh, yeah, I can totally find a way to make myself useful and use this, and I can still live. But, get it, Liv? Oh my God, I just got that. I think her name in the comic was Gwen. So I like the idea that they're calling her Liv, like Liv. I don't know. I just got that. I'm pretty stupid for that, but whatever. I loved Liv watching the workout tapes and just sitting there like vegging. I thought that was so hilarious. In a way, Rob Thomas has really brought the same theme to this show as Veronica Mars, in that something really bad happens to a character and they have to find a way to live with it, and they change for the better and they try to help people. Something that changes your whole life and changes your perspective. It's a nice parallel between the two, and I totally appreciate it. P.S. He also could have bought a new rein, very similar rein. These things didn't occur to that stupid killer. That makes me so mad. I loved the fact that Liv punched in the windshield and she took him down. She almost ate the brains, and I was like, oh, I'm into this. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more of those moments. Do I want to see her actively eat a brain out of someone's head? Maybe not, but I wouldn't object to it. Adrenaline is no joke. When Clive is like, why are there bullet holes? She's like, maybe he was celebrating cowboy style. Pew, pew. I thought the delivery was awesome, and I loved that line. It's a lot of fun. So we have a dead Alabaster badass. I don't know what to say. It was pretty awesome. I enjoyed it, and I'm going to watch more. Justice, jokes, and brains. What more could you ask for? The end of the episode concludes with Liv saying, life's short and then you die. And if you remember the pilot of Veronica Mars, she said, life's a bitch until you die. I see you, Rob Thomas. I see you, and I like it a lot. Okay, thank you for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed it. It's gonna be a fun show. I have full faith that it'll bring some great laughs. People were complaining that there's not enough lady power, and I agree because I didn't like the roommate. We need more ladies, but obviously there's time to introduce new pals. There's definitely time. If you want to watch a funny show, then tune in to iZombie. Thank you for watching, and you can subscribe. I will be talking about other shows. I mainly talk about Doctor Who because bleh, but I will talk about other things eventually. Yeah, so I don't know if I'll do any more about iZombie, but I just wanted to talk about that. Also, I'm going to be reading the comic books, so maybe I'll have some more insight into how similar they are to each other. Yeah, so I got those and I'm going to read them. So I'll see you guys later.